Shh. Shh. Can you smell something?
You've got to fight for what you want, for all that you believe. It's right to fight for what we want, to live the way we please. As long as we have done our best, then no one can do more.
Hello there. Welcome to the Flushing Bloke podcast. I've forgotten who I am, to be honest with you. And with me is a Mexican bandito.
Hey, senor.
It's the depth perceptionally challenged one, Dr. Augustus Julius Sinister IV.
Correct.
Got it right for a change.
Yeah.
Listen, folks, can you see this coat? Can you see the redness of it?
It's very red.
That's a cat's tango falling off me. See that? Yeah. Redness.
Yep. Redness.
Yeah. Anybody knows how to turn it brown? Please tell me. Oh, a dark chocolate brown, you see.
Photoshop.
I'm going to slap you. Use Photoshop. Yes, wearing James Hodges' scarf. Thank you, James. Mind you, you eventually got the cloak, shirt and jacket out of it. Nom 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 nom. Sad news. I lost Bagel last week.
Yeah.
A little cat. Yeah, we think he was poisoned. We're not sure. There's 2 cats in 3 weeks. So, yeah.
Have you done anything about it?
We've got leaflets out and whatever.
Right. Okay.
Trouble is, I can't be 100% certain Bagel was poisoned.
Right.
Just not sure. But anyway, we need to move on to happier things. What is it about wearing incredibly long multicoloured scarves that is just so, and all puns aside, so comforting?
I tell you what, when you want to train, they make fantastic pillows.
It's just something very reassuring, and this feels right.
Yeah.
You know, this is my this should be my default outfit if I could. Yeah, I've got to get this coat dark brown. I've tried dyeing it several times now, different sorts of dyes. Nothing.
Lady
It's
dye?
got a darker in colour. I mean, this is the coat I wore for the winter warmer, that original winter warmer.
Yes.
So it is a slightly darker colour, but So, what have you been up to?
What have I been up to?
Have you raided any banks in, south of the border?
No, I leave that to other people these days on my behalf. I've regained hearing in one ear slightly.
How's the slug balancing act going?
Very well, as you can see. It's quite happy.
Yeah.
It's actually 2 slugs.
So the whole democracy thing,
Yeah.
the whole vote thing,
Yeah.
about whether Dr. Sinister should keep his moustache or whatever.
Well, what was the result of that vote?
I believe it was no.
It was no.
Mm.
Right. Well, did people really think I would let the will of spineless fools like them ruin 3 months' work?
Hang on, stop. That's 3 months' work.
Yes. I allowed this charade for one reason only: to find those viewers who were truly loyal to me, and to discover those who would betray me. The moustache will go on!
And now from the worlds of BBC Television's Doctor Who, it's Doctor Who. Can I?
Proceed.
Thank you. Move forward. Circle left. Davros, always good for a quote.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you something. I had it in my head, a whole. I know. Yes, right. I've got a whole. Ask Doctor Sinister thing, but we'll do that in the next show.
Okay.
So, Doctor Who and listen. The 14th Doctor Who has decided to sort of sit on the roof. Don't jump off the roof, Dad. You'll make a hole in the floor. Mother's just planted petunias. Anyway, yes, I think this lapel might need an iron as well, you know. So, Tango's discovered the joys of a woolen scarf. So the 14th Doctor Who, he's been on his own a little bit, and something is niggling him. What happens if you're not actually alone? What happens if there is actually somebody there? I mean, he follows the logic through perfectly. You know, the perfect hunter, the perfect defence. What about the perfect camouflage? And so he gets this bee in his bonnet. He's got to find out. How better to do it than to go and find a Clara? The one he finds is the one that works at Coal Hill School. And she's on a date with Danny Pink. Whoopert.
Did he have to wear a pink shirt for that?
I don't know.
I mean...
Did you ask him?
I will.
I don't think you should. Dear Whoopert, did you have to wear a pink shirt for that?
I'll just make a note of that.
Yeah, okay. That's very Bruce Forsyth of you. So... Oh, Tango's in full-on love mode. Tango's Bagel's dad. So, something else happened. All right, the date didn't go particularly well because the usual kerfuffle of...
Solderiness.
Tongue-tied.
Yeah.
There was tongue-tiedness and embarrassment and whatever, and Clara being Clara stormed off. That's what she looks like going away, you know.
That's what a bum looks like.
There's a lovely ongoing gag throughout this series, in fact, about how Clara looks.
Yes.
Doctor, which is brilliant. And you'll notice what he says is what one of her pupils was said to her. I can't concentrate because your face is too wide. He says that at some point. So he plugs her into the TARDIS telepathic circuits. He's a good little boy. And the whole idea being to draw on her life experience, go through her mind, and the TARDIS will take her to the point where she had the dream when she wasn't alone and there was maybe something under the bed. Why pick on that particular instance? Who can tell? But just as it's all happening, the phone goes off and it's Danny.
She's distracted.
And she's thinking about Danny. So they end up in Gloucester in the 90s, where Danny was at a children's home. And, yeah, it gets a bit wonky from there on in, quite frankly. She's a bit of a flutter-by mind, isn't she? She keeps getting distracted. I mean, a bit later on, she gets distracted by the doctor doing breathing. So... this was Moffat trying to write horror. And the one thing, I'll say it now, the one thing I loved about this was practically everything had a logical explanation.
Yeah.
There possibly was nothing there at
all.
Except for one thing. Where did the chalk come from? I mean, he could have written Listen himself.
Yeah.
But where did that chalk roll from? Again, that could have just been you might have dropped it, it might have rolled off. TARDIS is having fun. But everything in that, is it a bad guy or is it just...
all in the mind.
Was that a naughty kid in the bed? That was a great one in the bed. The whole... oh, yeah. And then the noises outside the base.
Which could have had a logical explanation.
All the way through.
Yep.
There's some fantastic dialogue in this one as well. Capaldi's doctor's... He's firing on all cylinders now. The confusion of Deep Breath. In fact, to be honest, I think we saw this version of Capaldi's Doctor at the end of Deep Breath.
Mm-hmm.
Because Into the Dalek, as we said last time round, that's the Doctor up against the Daleks. Very severe, very, this, whatever. It brings out the worst in him. Robert Sherwood, let's have fun. And I can't... This is the Doctor being inquisitive, the Doctor being a scientist almost.
Yes.
So he's relaxed. And he's just being himself. He's doing this, just for the hell of it, And as a result, like I said, we had a relaxed 14th Doctor Who.
Your cat's trying to destroy your curtain.
What do you want? What? Good. Well, I'm glad we're certain about that. That's say, Capaldi. Listen, did his jump have holes in, or was it just sparkly bits?
I think there were sparkly bits. I didn't like it.
Did you not?
No.
Is that not you?
Not me.
Says the man dressed up as a Mexican bandito.
Hey, senor, don't knock it.
I'll report you to Carlos.
Carlos, he's a personal friend of mine.
No. I forbid this, friend. So, what do you think of it?
Okay, so...
Oh, God.
I've only watched it once.
Would you stop flapping in on me?
I've only watched it once because I haven't really had an opportunity to watch it again.
Yes.
That said, I'm almost slightly scared to watch it again, and I'll tell you why.
I can guess.
Have a guess.
Because you don't want to ruin it.
Yeah. I thought it was perfect.
Wow, that's big talk.
Yeah.
Big talk.
What I like. So there's a couple of things. So the Doctor talking to himself.
Mm-hmm.
Little bit contrived, but then obviously it made sense within the internal logic of the episode.
It was either that or a talking cabbage that sat on his shoulder.
Exactly. Of course, the Doctor has met a being that has perfect camouflage. He's met a whole race of them. But you tend to forget about them as soon as you've seen them.
That's not perfect camouflage.
Well, on the basis that you have no memory of them, that's how they were able to hide themselves in human society for so long, was because people didn't remember them. And it was only...
It wasn't perfect camouflage.
Well...
Because they ended up being slaughtered.
Yeah, only because of the fact that they were intercut with other footage, so there was a constant reminder there, and there was a message given with that reminder. But, by the by... the other thing as well is what I loved about this episode was the fact that we weren't given any answers.
No.
We were left
we
to make...
were. That's just it. We were given the choice.
Yeah. So do you know, I expected this episode to be a lot more a lot more of a polarizing episode than it actually has. The feedback that I've seen, I think about 80 if not 90% of people have loved it. There are some people out there who just don't get it. But and there are some people out there who are complaining that they weren't given the answers. I don't want to be given the answers all the time. No. This is a show that you have to think about. This is not, bloody EastEnders or whatever. This is something that you have to sit down and think about. And if you can't handle that, then I think you're watching the wrong show, to be perfectly honest.
I agree.
And so...
Welcome to intelligent thought.
Yeah. It is annoying sometimes when a plot thread is left dangling, but at the same time, there's also a degree of joy in that because you can make up your own answers. So that you can interpret this episode whatever way you wanted. Was it a kid under the bed, or was it something horrendously alien? We don't know. Was there something outside the spaceship, or was it just the metal contracting as the light went down? We don't know. I love the whole bit about Orson and, you know, obviously it being set up that Clara is his great grandmother, etc., etc., all the rest of that. I love the idea of the young Doctor being left the soldier. You know, he's a soldier without a gun. That's the Doctor, isn't it? You know, there's a little bit of an issue as to, you know, isn't Gallifrey time locked? But then the Doctor turned off the safeguards, so, and it was in the past anyway. So, you know, I can live with that. It seems a little bit convenient.
Let's face facts. The TARDIS is older than the Doctor. A lot older than the Doctor. It's probably the most experienced TARDIS there's ever been.
Absolutely.
If anyone can do it,
yeah, well,
she can.
If anyone can do it, she can. The fact
and
is,
she has done it in the past.
There are no more Time Lords around to control such things. No. The safeguards were turned off. You know, so I can live with that. It seems a little bit easy to do. I'm assuming the only way I can rationalise this is that Gallifrey, the Time War period, that's the one that's time locked. It's Gallifrey of now, yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas Gallifrey in the past, if it even is Gallifrey, but I think it probably is, Gallifrey in the past can still be accessed. That's the way I can kind of rationalise this.
The barn looks a little different.
Sorry?
The barn looks a little different.
A little different, but, you know...
In fairness, that would have had about another 800 years difference anyway.
Precisely, yeah. I don't have a problem with that. So as I say...
On Mount Lung, so that Mount Lung must be nearby.
So I haven't watched it again because I don't want to... It's like Christmas Carol. It's not an episode I want to overwatch.
No.
Because I could ruin it. And also, I'll be honest with you, I'm absolutely stunned by this episode. It kind of took my breath away, and I've just been cogitating it for the last 24 hours, and I'm going to watch it again. Might even watch it again tonight, but I haven't felt the need to because it just totally blew me away.
I can't really top that.
That
was Doctor Who. Right, so time heist. What the hell? In fact, no. What in the name of Bod and his son Yuffie would make the Doctor want to rob the most impregnable bank in the universe?
Just the lulz?
Who would make the Doctor rob the most impregnable bank in the universe? Must be somebody who really doesn't like him.
Or someone who's given him a very good reason to do it.
You have to wait and see, aren't you?
Yeah.
It's not a bad one, this one coming up. That's my preview, by the way.
I gathered.
I have to do previews, so there we go. Giving absolutely nothing away.
No.
Obviously, there's somebody out there who doesn't like the Doctor.
There's lots of people out there who don't like the Doctor.
This one in particular. Saying nothing more. Keely Hawes is in this one.
Yeah. She looks nice.
Right. That's it. Quick review of Listen. Say goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Doodles.
You've got to fight for what you want, for all that you believe. It's It's right to fight for what we want, to live the way we please. As long as we have done our best, then no one can do more. And life and love and happiness are well worth fighting for. They're well worth fighting for.